Today on a visit with Experience Jackson, we are at Horse and Around Stables at Waterloo Recreation Area, and I'm with John Stimpson, who is wrangler here, and Rachel Buchanan from Experience Jackson. And Rachel, I'll start with you. I pulled in and I was amazed. I have never been here. I know you have never been here.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
Absolutely beautiful. Kind of the rolling hills out there and the trees and everything kind of set the perfect scene as you pull in. It's just gorgeous. Not only being here, but on the ride as well.
Yeah, and how long did it, I mean, we came from downtown. How long did that take?
I want to say it was 23 minutes or so. Not to, point to my GPS or anything, but yeah, real close.
Yeah, very close to Jackson. And this property has a long history to it, and I understand you're the man who knows all that history. Tell us a little bit about the property, where it's been and where it is today.
Sure, we're all on state land right here, so your tax dollars pay for this as part of the Waterloo Recreation Area. It was actually formed in the early 1900s by the state. It was settled in the 1800s by people, and they just determined it wasn't good for farming, and then the state took over and kind of acquired it and made it into a state park. It's actually one of the third largest state parks in the state of Michigan. And a lot of the hills you see here are just because of the glacier formations that were around in the, obviously way back in the day. Yeah. But, it's just a great area to ride at, plenty of woods in the shade, just the hills, and a lot of people come, to visit the park. They bring their horses, there's hiking, plenty of activities to do out here.
Yeah, we obviously see a number of horses behind us, but yeah, talk about some of the things that the public can do out here. I know that you can ride for an hour if you want.
That is correct. We offer 1 hour guided horseback trail rides. You leave here, obviously, and they're all with the wrangler. So, we do lessons beforehand. We do 6 years old all the way up to 106. So if you feel, nervous, plenty of people might be nervous if they're riding for the first time. I always like to tell them, by the time you get down that 2-track, you make that first left, you're going to be like, you know what, I can do this. These horses listen to me when I ask them to do something. I'll be a pro by the time I get back.
What are some of the reactions that you see from young kids, or maybe doing their first ride, or maybe a family that's just coming out and enjoying their day? What's it like when they leave here?
When they leave here, some kids are like gung-ho and they'll go right out and do it. Some of them are a little apprehensive, but the best part is when they come back and they have a huge smile on their face and they go, I want to do this again. I want my own horse. So that's probably the most rewarding part, is just seeing people that may have never been on a horse before come back and just enjoy the experience and want to do it again.
Now, when we got here, we were greeted by it was probably the nicest greeting we've ever had, Rachel. So if anyone was nervous about riding a horse, once they get here, the staff is going to put that to rest.
Yeah, an amazing crew. And I was really surprised between your knowledge, John, and some of the other wranglers and members here. It seems like you've really got kind of every area covered. I know one of the things they mentioned too was kind of a rescue that they do here, and how some of the horses come from that background. I thought that was a really cool way to give people that chance to ride and to give those horses a chance to thrive too.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, John, tell me a little bit about what goes into raising horses and getting horses ready to be ridden.
So obviously it starts in the morning with feeding. So that's the first thing we do, is we feed them. Then after they get fed breakfast, we'll get them, brushed, picked, saddled. So basically you got to pick their feet, get anything in there that might be in their feet out of there, brush them, make sure there's nothing that's going to poke, stick, or stab them when you put a saddle on their back. And then we also do fly spray in the summertime just to keep bugs off of them, because the bugs will irritate them, and we don't want that as well. But after that, they're ready to go for a couple trail rides a day, and
So when talk a little bit about when you guys are open and when's the best. I know that there's a website which has tons of information, and I know you can pre-book rides and things like that, but when's the best time to just come on out?
Anytime, really. Mornings are great. We open at 11, you come out for a nice early ride, maybe an afternoon ride. We have our moonlight rides, any time of day. And the good thing about being in the woods is right now it's a little warm today, but when you get in the woods, it's usually 5 to 10 degrees cooler with the shade.
It's very cool. Now, Rachel, you and I are not going to ride a horse today. It was not recommended that you and I ride a horse, but we brought someone.
We did. Haley is with us today, and she's our horse rider extraordinaire who's gonna try it out, and she's thrilled.
We're now in the staging area, and I'm with Becky, one of the wranglers. And Becky, you're from Australia. Tell me about your experience here and how long you've been here.
I've been here since April 2016, in the country that is. Been at the barn for 2 years. It was actually COVID that brought me out here to come find happiness with Sherry and the horses.
It certainly looks like you definitely found happiness. And Haley is going to be riding today, and Becky and John are going to go through and get Haley ready. So we're going to kind of tag along and see what they do. Becky, tell me this horse's name.
His name is Cromwell, nicknamed Crommy.
Okay, and this is the horse that you would put a beginner
6-year-old
rider on. A 6-year-old.
6-year-old, a kid, a nervous person, a beginner, yes. He knows his job.
Okay.
He knows his job very well.
All right, we'll let you do your thing with Haley.
All right, hands left foot in. Yep, push up and over. Good job. Have you ridden
All right.
before? You have?
I'll have to adjust the stirrup for you, so if you can put your knee right here for me. Thank you.
Riding Western, heels down, toes up. It actually secures you nicely into your seat, so Haley's going to be nice and secure. So if he jumps or spooks out there being a flight animal, she's going to ride nicely with the horse and move with him. If she's all relaxed with her knees bent, she jumps left, she's going to come off to the right. So heels down, toes up. Also lots more comfortable than riding English like I'm used to over there. That's my Aussie saddle. It's knees bent all the way. He is getting the horse to walk on. So now Haley, if you run your hands down that left rein a little bit, keep going, give him a kiss and a quick, yep. Run your hand down the left rein, turn left, yep, there you go. There you go. If you want to straighten back up, he'll keep going straight up there for you. Give him more of a squeeze and a kick, he'll go for you. There you go. Yeehaw.
And it sounds like everyone that comes here is going to have a great time riding any of the horses that you saddle them up on.
Yeah, of course. Our horses are good. They know their job. It's always a fun time.
I'm with Doug Brown, who's the office manager. And Doug, first I have to compliment your hat. Where does one find a hat like that?
This was wife bought this one, so I don't know where the heck she got it. Online somewhere.
It's very nice. Now, if someone's booking a ride, they're probably going to talk to you, but you're the one who kind of makes things run smooth around here, and I handle all the scheduling. Talk a little bit about your role here.
Well, that's why we're proud of getting, if you book a 1 o'clock ride, you're going out at 1 o'clock, you'll be back at 2 o'clock, and the 2 o'clock ride will go out. People are happy they don't have to wait around. We don't have to get their horse ready. Everything's ready to go when they show up. So
yeah, we just sent John, Becky, and Haley out, but normally you'd have another group ready to go in the staging area, and yeah, it really makes, you're very respectful of people's time and their money, and it's a great experience.
it is fun, and we're happy to be one of the last 2 actually riding stables in the whole lower part of Michigan. They've all gone to the wayside. So
It's amazing, and 80% of the horses here are rescues. Talk a little bit about what that means.
well, Sherry will rescue them. I can't tell you some stories how she's gotten them because the people were abusing them, and she's gone out of her way to save them. But a lot of them are people just can't afford all the medical procedures that need to be done on a horse, and she'll take them over. She's actually been at U of M when she heard a woman say, "Just put him down," and Sherry said, "What?" And Sherry actually took that horse right from U of M, brought him out here, and worked on him for about 3 years. This is the first year actually that he's rideable.
Wow.
And we're just getting him ready for customers.
That's amazing. It
Keeping them
is,
happy.
yeah. This is a wonderful place, wonderful staff. Thanks to you and all your staff for everything you guys are doing. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. We love it. We love it.